Laura, a 32-year-old woman, presents in my office with a problem that has plagued her for years: an obsession with work. Despite having achieved a successful position as a project manager at a large company, she felt that her life was constantly dominated by an overwhelming need to work. She spent hours and hours at her computer, responding to emails, preparing presentations, and constantly checking the progress of projects, even outside of working hours. At first, Laura believed her behavior was justified by her passion for her job and the need to always meet her boss's expectations. However, the situation gradually became unbearable. Her obsession caused her to neglect her family, friends, and most importantly, herself. She couldn't remember the last time she took a break, whether to rest or to do something she enjoyed. During our initial sessions, we explored the roots of this behavior. Laura revealed that, since she was young, she had grown up in a family environment where approval was only given when exceptional results were achieved. Her father, in particular, had high expectations for perfection, and from an early age she understood that there was no room for mistakes or failure. This family model led her to develop a deep fear of disappointing others, making her feel constantly pressured to be perfect. Her obsession with work became a strategy to avoid the feelings of shame and insecurity she experienced when she felt like she wasn't good enough. By working relentlessly, she tried to confirm to herself and others that she was good enough, fearing that any sign of weakness or imperfection would undermine her identity. During therapy, we used various techniques to address this obsession. The cognitive behavioral approach was particularly helpful. Laura learned to recognize the dysfunctional thoughts that drove her to work incessantly. She began to understand that her need for perfection stemmed from an irrational fear of not being accepted or appreciated. Gradually, we were able to introduce new habits, such as taking time for herself and focusing on family and activities she had once considered secondary. The real breakthrough for Laura came when she learned to set healthy boundaries between work and personal life. She discovered that her worth didn't depend on the number of hours worked, but on her emotional well-being and the meaningful relationships she had cultivated over time. After a few months of work, Laura began to feel more peaceful and had a renewed sense of control over her life. This story of Laura illustrates how an obsession, even if seemingly related to a productive behavior like work, can be a manifestation of deeper fears, such as the need for approval and insecurity. Obsession becomes a strategy to cope with feelings of shame and insecurity, but it's important to understand that this mechanism never leads to true fulfillment. Only through recognizing these patterns and developing new emotional resources can individuals find balance and free themselves from the trap of obsession.